Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Hardy, and tonight we have a very special guest. This New York City legend high school started at St. Nicholas of Tolentine in the Bronx. As a freshman on JV, the team went 33-1 and won the city championship. With the closing of Tolentine, he began a search for a new school. His search led him to another Bronx school, the legendary St. Raymond High School for boys. During his time at St. Raymond's, he led the team to a New York City and state championship in his junior year. That was the school's first. He also won a city championship in his senior year in 1994. With these accomplishments, he was awarded being named McDonald's All-American as one of the top-rated point guards in the country. This basketball head finished with 1,260 points for his high school career. After high school, he attended the University of Arkansas. As a freshman, he led the Razorbacks to the Sweet 16 in 1996 NCAA tournament and NIT Final Four as a sophomore. At the end of his college career, he was the all-time leader in assists with 748 and third all-time in steals with 251. This basketball head was named All-SEC freshman team and second team All-SEC as a sophomore. Coming from the Bronx, he lived a life that many inner city kids would dream of living. And every day, another star is born. His career was just getting started. He would come home to play in the Rucker and the Dykeman and other numerous Pro-Am tournaments in between being a superstar overseas. I'm talking about he solidified his name as a New York City legend. This basketball head made himself a household name on the New York street ball basketball scene, most notably playing for Mousie's Dream Team and Fat Joe's Terror Squad. So you already know his mind state.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Facts. Reid feasted on the competition, winning multiple championships and MVP awards. His patented spin move and always playing with a chip in his shoulder took him to the next level. At 5'10", he was one of the shortest guys to put up huge numbers against the best New York City had to offer. Just when you thought he was finished, he did what no other New York City basketball legend have done, and that's open up a school. Arkansas Prep Academy will be opening up their doors soon. Salute, my G. So without further ado, help me welcome to the show, New York City, St. Raymond's, and the University of Arkansas legend, Arkansas Prep Academy founder, the best kept secret, Kareem, Reid.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What up, fam?
What's going on? Salute, man. Thanks for that intro. Baby. That was one of a kind right there.
Oh man, no problem. No problem. Hold on for 1 sec. I'm coming. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got time.
I've been trying to get everything right.
That's right. Give me a thumbs up when we see us good, people. Give me a thumbs up in the room. Well, for the past year, man, I've been putting up posts here and there of you doing your thing, man, because what we try to do is make sure that our guys from New York City is never forgotten. You know, we lost a lot of guys during the pandemic, a lot of New York City legends, guys who, you know, play high school basketball, college basketball, made and had an impact, and they never got a chance to tell their story.
Yes, man. Salute, man. Salute. I mean, rest in peace, first of all, you know, I guess Dave Edwards, man, Lee Green, and I guess, you know, everybody else. But recently, you know, of course, you know, one of my AAU buddies, Greg Harden, man. Salute to
That's
Greg,
right.
man. You know, like I said, everybody, rest in peace to all our fallen soldiers, you know, DMX, you know, guys, you know, Black Rob, you know, things
That's
like that.
right.
Just the culture, man. It's been a hard month, a hard year, I guess. Not even saying a month. It's been a hard year. This pandemic is going over a year now, and it's getting crazy, man. You look up, and you know these people that you grew up with or that you spent numerous hours with and time with is no longer with us, man. So let's cherish every moment.
That's what we want to do, man. Here at BasketballHeadzz, man, we'll make sure that guys get a chance to tell their story. So even if they're not here no more, kids and their family members can always have that history, and we can
Nice.
start documenting our own history. Because sooner or later, somebody gonna write a book on you, fam. And you know, and probably when you're not here, they're gonna write it, and they're gonna get a lot of pieces missing. They're not gonna talk to the right people. So best to get it from the person's mouth themselves.
Yes, and it's great because you know once again I'm always, you know, my book is not over, you know, I guess. So it's, you know, still some chapters to be written or whatever, things like that. And all these, you know, salute to all of, you know, the past interviews I done or whatever, things like that. And I'm continue to do, but it's crazy where, you know, I'm gonna tell you this early. Every interview is different. I let somebody into my every interview, I let somebody into my life that a moment, second that you know I shared with a special person or that I done in my life that nobody else knew or it's always first released on the show. So you know I have a lot of memories in this game.
That's awesome, man. So I like to do, man, is ask everyone when they come on the show, man. So introduce you to the game.
Introduced me to the game. I guess, you know, me being born introduced me to my game. I guess I was forced into this. I guess, you know, I still don't know this name and everybody keep asking me. I don't even know what my name was supposed to be. And my mom and you know, some family members went back and forth with it and naming me something. And my mom going through labor. It was a Sports Illustrator, and the cat was on the cover. You know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was on the cover of it, and that's where my name came from. So I guess I was birthed into this by, you know, a Sports Illustrator cover of me being born, and my mom named me Kareem. You know, so you know, with that speaks for itself, and just me, I guess, being around my uncles and things like that, where watching the game, growing up, and you know, I was born, and you know, I know a lot of people lost bets or whatever. I was born in Harlem Hospital.
Facts.
I lived in St. Nicholas. I lived in St. Nick. You know, I lived in St. Nick for a couple of years or whatever when I was young, and I moved to River Park Towers uh from St. Nick Projects on 129th to Burnside Avenue, of course, River Park Towers, to eventually be in Burnside Avenue, 179th and Burnside, and getting a new, you know, found love for basketball, growing up around State Park, you know, Roberto Clemente State Park, where, you know, the basketball players would come in and stuff like that. And it's before I even seen, you know, Harlem basketball. You know, it was in the Bronx, me, you know, going to, you know, like once again, State Park and playing in Cedar Park with my guys and stuff like that, you know, and guys that older than me. That was my introduction to basketball before I even opened my eyes to Harlem. You know, that's where it started for me in the Bronx.
Well, listen, the Most High don't make no mistakes, man. You know what I'm saying? So mom made that connection, and you came out, and you was blessed, you know, to be another great Kareem from New York City. Fact. So who was your first coach when you started playing?
My first coach was Terrence from State Park, you know, playing in State Park or whatever. You know, he was just a local little coach or whatever. And I used to go down there and play basketball, like I said, in State Park. And he wasn't getting a little team together or whatever. And we played, you know, just little Bronx tournaments or whatever. But my first official coach, you know, was Thurman Player. You know, he's one of the best, you know, one of the most best, not the most, and one of the best coaches growing up, and he raised us, me, Rafa, Stephon, some great guys. Shout out to Young Life and all the guys that play with Young Life and Coach Young Life, Bingo, Elmo, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Leroy, God bless, things like that where, in that small, once again, me coming from the Bronx and going to, shout out to Warren Miles. This is somebody I call my brother. He's in the Virginia area, has his AAU program. He was the one that tricked me into going to try out. Told me he was going to buy me a pair of sneakers coming to 125th Street. And I end up in Salem Church at a basketball tryout.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that, man.
It was
Shout out
Young
to
Life.
those legends and all those people who introduced you to the game, because whether it's from Coach T or those people who came after him, man, they did an incredible job in getting you going in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember that first game? Like, what was that first game like? Like the first game you played with the referees and uniform?
I mean, it was. I guess it was easy, and I guess it was because we battled so much, man. That team, it's a picture floating around with that small fry team. Marquis Pilgrim. If you listen to people from New York City talk about, he was probably the next thing to Isaiah Thomas at our age.
Yep.
But the streets took him under or whatever. But we had guys like Nate Reeves, Derek Campbell, we had guys, man, when you look at the picture that it was put up recently, and these guys, you're never, 30 years, 40 years later, you never thought they was on that 11-year-old team, 11 under team, small fry. But we have some great business, Mel Clark. We have some great business guys that's into real estate and things like that, doing a 1-2 all over this, have their imprint on this world, and different things that they're doing, So shout out to them too. But that team was awesome. So I guess battling in that little Young Life church, in Salem Church, battling, our games was easy. Practice was hard, playing against those guys.
Because usually guys in their first game, there's usually too much excitement going on. The referees, running plays and all those things that a lot of the guys that ask that question usually get the jitters.
Yeah, but I guess back then I can't really remember of us having plays at that age, 1 or 2 plays. But, growing up, like I said, in my era in the Bronx, we took our show all around the Bronx. So it prepared me, just my block team, Warren, once again, Dre Hoss, Cuz, guys like that, we go with our 5 all around. You know how it is. It's like that in Brooklyn, Queens, everywhere, and that's what I tell these kids
don't
today.
go through the same thing.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
It comes easy. Some people, they have a rough time on the start.
Mm-hmm. So I was in a coaches meeting earlier, and one of the coaches said that to the kids, man, like, y'all don't play enough. We after a game, we going back to our neighborhoods and playing, we taking our 5 all around the Bronx, and halfway to Harlem, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, where games, I was already probably 1,000 games in when I got under the whistle. So I was well seasoned at 11, 12, under the whistle. It didn't matter about a whistle and a referee.
How many trainers did you have back then? Sorry about that.
I didn't have no. I never had a try. I had one.
Back then?
A none. I never. And it's funny, shout out to Jerry Powell. One of the best trainers, up and coming trainers. I never had a trainer. And salute to the guys that trainers. First of all, salute the trainers because I'm training myself now. But back then, I didn't have a trainer. I seen Sham train itself. I seen Steph train themselves, and that was their craft and training. With me, it was going to get wrecked, playing 11, 12 fools, 13 fools. But, it's great. We all through, when I take those 2 stories and my story, we all got to the pinnacle point, instead of course, Steph's a future Hall of Famer. Sham is, one of the best known ball handlers in the world. Currently working with the Dallas Mavericks, and I had an 18-year career professionally, you know what I'm saying, with no training. But that was just our era.
And you guys were built different. Guys are
built
built different
different,
back
built
then.
different. But yeah, no disrespect to none of the trainers or whatever. But I was just built different. I needed rec. I needed to go against a body. I didn't need to go against a broom or a chair and things like that. I needed some physical contact.
Facts. I want to salute my guy Trevor Diggs in the building.
Oh, that's
He
my
said
guy,
he
Two
watched you
Diggs.
coming up, man. So
That's my guy.
definitely
He was
salute
younger
my
than us.
guy.
And that's crazy because we look at these guys and some of these guys that's younger than me, and they came to games to watch. So,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
salute, respect to them. Like I was honored for them to come stay late or come early to watch me play because most time we played, you know, after them or whatever. Or I came early to watch them. So it was a two-way street where on game days I needed to get off my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I'm
That's
going
right.
to the 10 o'clock game. We might not play the 4, but I'm watching somebody at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I'm watching some basketball all the time.
Who was the top dog in the neighborhood when you was coming up? Like, who was the guy everybody went to go see play?
Me in my neighborhood. No, but you know, like it's
Nothing
once
wrong with
again,
that, brother. I trust
nah,
you. I know.
you
I
know,
know.
in my neighborhood, because you know, salute to my neighborhood. I guess they poured everything, you know, and that's what I took parts and pieces of everybody's game in my neighborhood and put it to mine. So, you know, things like that, of course. But to me, it was, you know, of course, it was Kenny Anderson. Kenny Anderson salute. That was my idol and still my idol. You know, left hand, you know, slinky left hand kid from, you know, Queens, and we inherited the part in the middle of the head, and you know everything. So, growing up for me, Kenny was the big dog. If you want to say for the whole New York, for me, Kenny was. You know, we wanted, you
Salute
know,
to the Chipper man. That's
the
right.
chick, you know, so that's who I wanted, you know, to be like, you know, that's who
Right.
inspired me. That's who, you know, but you had, you know, God bless the dead, Malik Silly. You had the Adrian Autry's, the Brian Reese's, you know, you can't leave them out. The Queens boys, you know, Charles and them right a year older than me. So we had, you know, Booger Smith, you know, we had some guys, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one guy holding up New York City or
Right.
one kid
Right.
holding up New
Right.
York City. Everybody held down their own part, but when we came together, it was extravagant, you know. So that's what we need to get New
That's
York
crazy.
City back to. You know what I'm saying? Like let's all come back together and make it great again. You know, I'm on these trips and you know people are talking about New York City basketball, and it hurts me in my core that these arguments when I was always when you say New York basketball, conversation over. You know what I'm saying? And now it's, you know, it's a debate or, you know, well, we got to do this. I guess, you know, so, you know, salute to the pioneers that, you know, paved the way for myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Greg Marius, you know, and things like that with Record Park helping guys like me display their talents, you know, or other guys that didn't make it to where I made it, but got to make a living off street basketball, you know, so shout out to you know, the Gersh Parks, the Dykmans, the 55ths, the Mousy Tri-State, to all street basketball tournaments, you know, providing a platform for the kids and also the youth, but also the guys coming home from college and playing overseas and professionally, you know, the pros come to play in New York City. You know, we got to get that back.
Do you think it needs to go back to the grassroots aspect because the corporations have it now? So like the best tournaments in New York City are corporate ran.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, no guys, when we say that, you know, it's different. You know, it's different. You know, it's some new cats, and I guess me on the clubhouse with some of the coaches, legendary coaches, high school coaches, or guys that were, you know, in my time frame and watched New York City do what it do. You know, we had the Sonny Figaros, we had the Gary DeCesars, you know, we had the Gary Charleses, we had guys like that. Salute to rest in peace to Mr. Lloyd, you know, Lou Dalmeda from Gaucho, you know, but then we had the street, you know, the guys with Thurman Player, you know, Tony Rosa, you
Right.
know, guys like that, you know, Sheeb Ice, you know, Dave McCullough, you know, so those guys are not there no more. And that's what
Right.
you know, those guys not there now. So it's guys younger than me and things like that. You know, the power has shifted where it's not in the hands of, you know, of these grassroots or these parents. Some of these parents need to, you know, those your kids, but some of these parents need to chill out and let some of these guys that know. But same thing. They respond to me is, you guys are not there, you know, so they don't respect or trust some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, where the trust has to shift back into, you know, these high school coaches and these these high school coaches and these, you know, AAU coaches. So I guess we have to sprinkle some of the guys that, you know, some of the guys, and I'm talking as myself too, because, you know, I get that a lot now. You need to come back home, you know, but, you know, things like that. I never left home. I'm always home. You know, I'm a phone call away. You know, I'm always here to help a kid and things like that. But it just feel like they have to adapt. We have to. It's like a two-way street. We have to adapt, and they have to adapt for us to, you know, reach the common goal.
Facts. So now you're entering high school, right? This is strange to me because I just found this out the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You started out at Tolentine.
Yes, represent.
Great move. Because we already talked about Malik Sealy,
yes,
all those other guys.
And it's crazy because Sarandria, you know, people don't know that Sarandria, the head coach of that team, he had I don't know what they call it, but he had a firehouse that was connected to our park, Cedar Park, where basically I grew up at. And Sarandria, I remember the alarm used to go off and stuff like that. When we were playing basketball, Sarandria used to always just walk down there. And, you know, me not knowing who he was. He got a team that's 30-something in the country. And he's coming to see, you know, he's looking out the back of the firehouse, looking at a little left-hand 7th grade, 6th grader in the park play basketball. And it just went together. One day they invited us to the game, and that game happened to be the city championship. Kenny Anderson and Tolentine. And that was my first.
That's the game. That's the game that's on YouTube, correct?
Crazy
game. For those people who haven't watched it, please go on YouTube and watch that game. What an incredible game.
Yo, what up, Noop? Yes. So yeah, it was like you said, that was my introduction to the Catholic school division. You know, I heard about Catholic school and I heard about the Malloys and the Talentines, but that was my walk in there, and it's like, what is this?
So
and
what
that
public
game,
school did you have on mind? What public
so
school
I went to
was on your radar?
so it was I went to public school for 2 days. I went to John F. Kennedy. Shout out to John F. Kennedy.
With Coach Mathis.
With Mathis, my guy, yes. And that's
wow.
Funny because I went to junior high school 141, and it was right up there, 231st, 237th Street, and that was like our school. You know, you go to Riverdale, that was already set. You go to Riverdale, and then you go to, you know, Kennedy. And in 8th grade, it was, I could have left to go to Kennedy in 9th grade, but I had to graduate. And people don't know that I got held back a year.
Same here.
But like I said, once again, the transportation from me to get to 179th on the west side to 240 something, and of course, you know, I guess we're getting into this later, like not having my mom and stuff at that time. You know, I was really at 14, 13 on my own. You know, my grandmother had made a shift to my grandmother and picked up, and the family, you know, we scattered out. Half went to California, half went down south. And it was a decision in my life to be made if I was going to stay in New York City or go follow my family. And I wanted to play basketball so bad in New York City. What I just said, I had just seen Tolentine against Malloy.
Right.
And 3 days later, they told me I'm moving down south. And I'm like, not after I just seen this game, I want to stay. So it was that, you know, with me seeing that or whatever. And it's like, you know what? Tolentine was right there. I went to Kennedy. Everybody was there. Big shout out to, you know, salute Johnny Mathis, you know, and they had everybody there, you know, Kev Spence, Pop was there, you know, High Jumper Root. Like, they had a crew. Kennedy had a crew. TP was on his way. TP was there, you know, like I said, Total Package was there. We was going to probably win the public school division. We still, but then my second day, I went to Wharton. Over there with Kerry Thompson and Kareem Anderson and Carlos and Julian and all that. And we playing cards and rolling dice the whole day. I didn't even get in the classroom. So I said, nah.
How the hell you go from one school to one day and you're in another school the next day?
That's how it was. I wasn't enrolled in none of the schools. It was like a high school visit. It was a violation. It was a violation. I went to 2 different schools. I didn't go to no class. And that whole conversation, I never say I went to no class. I never went to class. I stayed by the escalators in Kennedy, and I stayed in the lunchroom and shot dice and water. So after those 2 days, I went back and told Mr. Lloyd, I got to go to, I want to go to Tolentine. And it was,
he was ready for that because he was a Tolentine guy himself.
Yeah, and like I said, everybody, I lived, like I said, 2 train stops away. Burnside, 183rd, Fordham. It was 2 train stops away, 8 bus stops away. So I was 2 train stops away, 8 bus stops away from Tolentine. So it wasn't nowhere else me even thinking about, even with the competition over there. So, when you talk about that freshman team, which we didn't have no freshman team. We played JV. And we was, I guess, 35-1.
Yeah, 33-1 as the
33-1, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, and we had 2 stars.
Lost to?
We lost to Severian High School on a Wednesday afternoon. We went out there. They held the ball on us. We was averaging 90 points. They held the ball on us. And we lost, I guess, maybe 34-33. There
was no shot clocks back then, correct?
There was no shot clocks, no nothing. We was a pressing team. We was 12 deep, so we had to play up tempo, and they just held the ball, and we lost that game. Mm-hmm.
That's
but
crazy.
we won. We wound up going to went on and won the city championship. So with that, and I guess that was the leeway into I know that's probably your next thing was Tolentine and St. Raymond. So that was
right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that was because I know as a young man, you already gone through it a lot with your family being split up, right? And then get hit with news towards the end of the year saying that the school is going to close after you guys win the city championship.
Yes, like you just said, that a couple of days later, we on there. We won the city championship. I stayed to watch. It's just so unique. We won the city championship. I stay and watch the next game. The next game is St. Raymond's against Bishop Lockland.
Whoa.
Yes, that was the city champ. So that was the city championship. Shout out to Sheldon Jefferson and Sherwin Anderson and Dre Riddick. So
I put up that article.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So I come out the locker room and everybody want to leave, and I'm like, I want to see what this about. This Kentucky. I play with Sheldon in the summertime. Terrence Richard, another one of my idols from St. Raymond's, left hand.
Right.
So I'm like, St. Raymond's, and that's all I'm hearing about. I'm seeing St. Raymond's gear. All I'm hearing about is St. Raymond's. So I want to watch them. Watch the game or whatever, like you said. So now fast forward, maybe 3 weeks later, I'm getting off a regular day. I'm getting off the bus of university. I'm walking down to the avenue to Tolentine, and I see, as soon as I turn the block, the females are crying, the girls are crying, coming around the corner crying. I'm thinking something happened, like, something bad happened. Somebody was fighting or something like that, because, Tolentine was co-ed, so it was like boys and girls. So when we walk around the corner, the girls are crying, the news is there, whatever. So I usually go in the store and get my little, my juice or whatever and chill outside for a little while. And it just, everybody's coming like, yo, it's over. In the past I heard, Tolentine was going to close. But, financially, some way, somehow, they got it right. And Mr. Lloyd's helped. He was a big donor to it. And it stayed open. So I'm just thinking it's one of another days where they doing this and they're going to stay open. But, I guess, that night, it was realistically, after I left that night, I went back. We didn't go to school that day. I went to Riverside, and Mr. Lloyd was like, it's over. Like, it's nothing I can do. Because the Riverside boys are going down like, Lloyd, you got to pull us out the hole again, I'm telling everybody, yeah, we good. We'll be back tomorrow. Mr. Lloyd's going to pull a rabbit out of his hat. And
right.
It was no more, and it was, like I said, another crossroad in my life. What was I going to do? Was I going to go back public school? You know, and at the end of the day, it's, you know, I needed that. I needed Tolentine. I needed St. Raymond's. You know, I needed
some stability, some stability.
stability, some structure, some family, you know, like you just said. I needed that. Something to you know,
Facts.
so I needed somebody to be on top of me. You know, pause. I needed a coach to be on top, like, you know, on me. You know, I
Right.
needed that atmosphere, you know, and that's, you know, and when we go about, you know, get to the college thing, I needed Arkansas. So the same thing. So didn't know what I was going to do. You know, I'm like, you know, they winning. St. Raymond's is winning. You know, I didn't know if you know, I guess my build up, my makeup, I didn't know if I was a St. Ray's kid. You know, Gary DeCesar, I didn't know any of this. So it was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, if it's gonna be O'Hallows, I knew I wasn't going to Rice because everybody had picked they school already. You know,
Right.
that next day everybody's like, "We going to Rice." So I'm like, "Wow, this is Tolentine again. This is going nah." We was 10 deep, and at that time, I'm like, I'm coming into my own, and I'm like, I got to get away from these dudes because I'm blocking my talent.
And you
No
didn't go play
disrespect to
with
them.
the crew, right? You went and made your own way.
No disrespect to them guys, but it was like a bunch of us were the same size. And I guess somebody in my neighborhood told me, like, oh, y'all gonna play the point guard? Kareem, you're not growing. So like I said, it was like, wow, and that was the real live stuff to tell me. But at that time, I'm coming to, like, by the end of my freshman year, I'm coming into my own. Like, I belong here, you know, and all during the year, you know, I should have went to Rice. Shout out to Big Ron Arnold, you know, shout out to the Rice Raiders, but no, always St. Ray's. St. Ray's or no Ray. So,
That's right.
you know, I went, so, you know, and then I come down again in the office, everybody asking where I'm going, and Gary DeCesar was like, I only want Kareem out that whole litter. It was like a dog litter, you know, like he was like, only want Kareem.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was like, only want Kareem. And it was just, I'm like, huh? Nah, he don't, you know what I'm saying? You know, because I'm, you know, at this time I'm playing, you know, starting to play, I guess, getting ready playing 55th that summer. You know, my crowd that I hung around with, like, once again, I said, I didn't know if I was the same race kid. You know, it was Tolentine was, you know, co-ed. This was going to an all-boys situation. You know, everybody's like, man, same race, so strict or whatever. And I'm like, and then the travel, once again, if anybody knew my travel, you know, I had to go, you know, from 179th to 125th Street and cross over and get on a 6 train all the way back to Parkchester. So I had to leave 2 hours.
First of all,
but
that's crazy.
So that was in itself like, dude, I'm going 3 stops. You know, this was me getting ready repeat 7th grade again with this travel, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't know or whatever. So they were like, just give it a shot at what I went and visit there. And I liked it, you know, Tyler Brown, Eric Harris. I liked the team, Damon Bonaparte, Rashawn Thompson. We were cool. We got a connection during the summertime because me playing with the school team in New Rochelle. But me still not knowing for sure. Like, I'm not playing a lot. And I'm like, am I going to make the right decision? That whole summer, I'm debating, you know. And then at the end of the summer, open house came. And I went to open house and still debating. You know what I'm saying? Is this what I want to do? They got some junior guards. They got some senior guards. You know, do I just go to public school and go crazy at a public school? Or do I get out of New York City? You know, that was an option too. You know, Oak Hill and Chestside and all these prep schools that Mr. Lloyd had connections with. But once again, I'm like, I want to stay in New York City. So I just took a leap on faith and was like, you know what, I'm going to St. Ray's. I'm going to play JV, and then I play another year JV and dominate. And then after that, I have 2 years of varsity. That was what I thought. You know, that's what I thought. And then I guess 2 weeks into the preseason, Gary was like, took me and Eric Harris in the locker room. and was like, yo, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to play JV and dominate, or play varsity, this national schedule, and learn? And I'm sitting there like, let me rewind it, because the first day of school, open gym, I come to open gym, Bob Huggins, Tom Penders, Jim Calhoun.
Woo.
These guys are in St. Ray's for open gym. So we come out the weight room from conditioning and all that, and coach like, go change into your basketball sneakers. And I'm looking at George Raveling. I'm looking at, you know, who's who of college coaching. Tom Penders all the way from Texas in the gym, just at 4 o'clock in St. Ray's gym in the Bronx. And I'm like, Gary, the season's different. And I trusted the process, and 5 games into my sophomore year, I'm the starting point guard. and the rest was
you couldn't written that book any better than that.
I couldn't written that book anywhere better. When we at the airport and he like, everybody's here, and I'm like, nah, such and such ain't here. He like, don't worry about such and such. You my point guard. And I'm like, so it was like a bittersweet moment, because that was a guy I looked up to that, you know, I finagled or whatever. Not saying finagled. Like I said, I waited my turn. I trusted the process, and something happened, and I got put on the stage.
Wow, you ain't look back, and you didn't give those keys back either. You ain't say, "Yo, fam, you want this back?"
Nah, I couldn't, fam. Once I put the glove on, it fit. Once I put that glove on, it fit. It was no taking it back off.
That's crazy. Yo, my guy Cal at All Things Hoop says, whose spin move was more tenacious, Kareem Reid or who's that? Mel Tinsley.
I guess basically, you know what I'm saying?
Are you asking me that? Because, man, both those spin moves, either way you're going to get it left or right.
That's what I said. Yeah, so that's what I said. Shout out to Mel, man. Like I said, that was just a move that made me get away from guys. And guys knew it was coming. You hit a whole crowd. He's getting ready to spin. He couldn't stop. For some reason, you couldn't stop it.
Right. It's like, yo.
Somebody said they gave. Somebody said.
Yeah. I like a lot of dudes who go one way. You probably can stop him, but you ain't stopping this dude. When he make up his mind to go, I don't care if he gonna go left 1,000 times. You're not gonna stop him 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. What it was. Somebody said they already gave the answer to that.
Facts. Wow. My guy, Kennard Robinson.
Yeah, I remember.
Said,
yes.
Remember
yes.
Golden Hoops team?
Yes.
I gave you guys my jersey.
Yes. He gave me his jersey. Salute.
Facts.
He put a battery in my back. Salute, Kennard Robinson. UMass. Salute. I was a little kid. What
did he say?
He didn't say nothing. I wanted that. I wanted that jersey. So I was never the when I got to that age where I respected those guys, or I valued it. You know, first of all, he's from my neighborhood, but
right.
I seen Golden Hoops was like the biggest stage.
That's right.
And for it to say New York Daily News, and I was like, yo, let me get that.
That's
because
real.
To me, it was the value of that. And also when we go to camps, when I'm in Michigan and everything, I put that Daily News. They didn't have his number on the back, but that Golden Hoops uniform, I couldn't wait to get that. That was in my room. That was my inspiration. One of my inspirations to play Golden Hoops. And of course, when I got to play Golden Hoops, I got MVP, and that's on YouTube. Me against Stephon,
yes.
and all those.
I'll put that up. Yeah.
Yes, that was one of my inspirations. It was Golden Hoops, city championship, state championship, McDonald All-American.
Facts.
The school of my choice. and Kenny
real.
Anderson jersey. That was in my room with all them trophies that you got back there. Mine was similar to that.
Facts.
But salute Kennard Robinson, man. For real. Like I said, I always, if you got, like I said, it's a story. Like I said, that was first time. What I told you, basketball head, the first time that was ever brought up in the conversation. So you have got the exclusive on that conversation, and there's a lot more. But first one, there you go. First one was for free.
There you go. You said it. You said it. You said
Uh-huh.
it. So what team gave y'all a tough battle, and what players gave y'all the most fits?
Oh, New York City was so. When I say growing up, for me, was totally different. It was no easy games. No easy games. I don't care who you had on your team. Like, it was no easy teams, no easy games. Like, somebody was always playing on another team that might not have the name, but after the game, you knew their name.
Yep.
Or you knew the dude was. So growing up, you know, on a Tuesday it's a battle. It's a bomb burner in the hollows. You know, Saturday is capacity only for us against Felipe Rice and them. You know, Christ the King was loaded. Lachlan was loaded. Everybody was loaded. My junior year, we won the city and state. We lost the war. We lost to a public school. We lost in December. We supposed to went to Puerto Rico. We lost the war.
I want to get there. Matter of fact, let's touch on that right now, right? Because, in that junior year, can somebody say coming out party? 30
Yeah.
points, 8 assists. Your junior year? It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
It was different. Like that, like you said, I was coming into my own. My sophomore year, me playing varsity, and nobody thought I was gonna play varsity. Nobody knew. We're not even saying the world. Nobody in my friends probably didn't think that. Or they might have thought that and didn't tell me. Or they was, you know what I'm saying? But nobody could have. He's transferring, he's going to St. Raymond's, and he's crazy. I got the laugh, he crazy.
He's
What
not
you
going
doing?
to play. Right.
It start and had me questioning myself, like, yo, should I be here?
Fact.
And during the year, us losing to Jason Kidd by 1. If y'all know, my sophomore year, we was ranked number 2 in the country. USA Today, number 2 in the country. So I got to experience the Baltimore guys, Chief Booth, Mike Lloyd. The Simeon twins in South Carolina beach ball. We played against Rasheed Wallace, Simon Gratz. We played Dunbar twice.
Y'all beat 7 teams. Y'all beat teams from 7 different states that year.
Yes. I didn't play my first game in New York City until January.
Hey.
I'm talking about Alaska, Texas, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Like, I went to let's throw away my career, my pro career, where it took me. High school, I went to all these places.
Right.
We made them change the rules. St. Raymond's I made high school change the rule that they only could go so many miles.
Wow. Really?
Because of us. We started it. We had 5 different sneaker contracts. So St. Raymond's was so that sophomore year was just everything. And me starting 20 games or maybe the 30 games and losing how we lost. It was funny. We lost. We won. We beat Malloy the first game of the season by 3 points and then lost to them in the quarterfinal by the same score, same thing. My sophomore year. And I cried because I couldn't give a championship I came and I felt like a failure because I didn't win it for Dana and them. I wanted to win it for them so bad for Dana to go out for the seniors. But I guess right after we lost that game, I swept my tears up, wiped my tears up, and gathered my team together. Next year, the juniors and me, of course, my junior, that we was going to be juniors, me and Eric Harris and a couple of juniors, and, of course, Tyler Brown in the senior class. We're going to win it next year. I promise you. Don't even worry about it. We're going to win it this year. And that whole summer, it was go time for me. Because I had a chip on my shoulder. I know I couldn't be able to put with the great New York guys, the great Catholic school guys, or my quest to knock one of my dreams down was to win a city and state championship, to make the McDonald game, to, you know, become ranked. So all these things came in my goal to win that championship, brought all my goals truthfully to what I wanted.
That's real. That's real. Wow. I don't say salute to my sponsor, Eric Hicks at Game Over. Salute. Another Bronx guy.
Yes, yes. Salute. Game over. You know what it is.
Yeah. So y'all played against Walton, right?
Yes.
And there was a guy named Kerry Thompson on that team, had 27 and 13 boards.
Yes, Kerry Goat.
Where you at right now, Kerry? Salute to you, my brother.
Charlotte. He's in Charlotte.
How good was
that? That was my backcourt partner. If you go back, Mousy Dream Team, me and him came out as youngins, as we was the left-hand backcourt. We came out as, he was a senior getting ready to go to Florida State, and I was a junior. You know, but like we said, that's what got Mousy's respect. That year, Mousy watched Kerry play. Me and Kerry play. Mousy was at all the games. We supposed to have went to Puerto Rico, but for some reason we didn't get to go to Puerto Rico, so we begged to play two public schools. Our two public schools were Lincoln against Steph, but this was Gary. This was Gary.
The home team.
Yeah, this was Gary. This was Gary this season, and this was, you know.
He's
salute
smart. That's why he lived.
What was it? Coach Harstein, right?
Yep.
Coach Harstein and Gary were cool. So this was a display to display two future All-Americans, Kareem, Reid, Stephon Marbury, at Gaucho's gym. And we wound up beating them. I guess I got 20-some. We beat them. We beat the brakes off them. And then that Saturday, and then coming back after coming off that big win against Lincoln, we really slept on Walton, and they got us. But that changed our season around. Thank you, Walton High School. Thank you, Kerry Thompson. That changed. That changed.
Facts. I want to get Kerry up here, and that's the reason why I asked you that question, because I used to see you guys rocking and rolling together.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my God.
To know that you guys played against each other in high school was crazy.
But it was funny because after that, we lost. That was probably the worst day of my high school career. It was two, and we'll get to that. He wound up beating us. Everybody is Gaucho Gym. Everybody's there. My block, his block, everybody's block is there. And Coach DeCesar said, yo, we're going back to the school. Y'all not leaving from here. Usually we get to leave from the home games. I mean, from Gaucho Gym. He said, everybody get back on the bus. We going back to practice.
Wow. 9
o'clock at night, we drove back to St. Raymond's. And we thought we in the locker room like, yeah, we ain't got our uniforms. Our uniforms are wet. Our stuff is wet. Our practice uniform, we don't got our practice stuff and stuff like that. Everybody, he told us put back on the wet uniforms.
Woo!
So I have a blue uniform, silk uniform. You know, our uniforms are crazy. So we had to stand up for 2 hours, 3 hours to watch a tape, us losing to Walton. And just imagine a coach keep rewinding every part. Things like that. We could have had pneumonia. Like Gary did some stuff to us that, shout out to Gary DeCesar. Things that people would have F Coach DeCesar up or be like,
right.
Forget basketball.
You would be fired, right?
He'd be fired, yeah, or forget basketball. But he made us stronger. And after that, we went on a tear. And of course, that led us to the city championship, the state championship. If you see, like you said, my semifinal game, I had probably 27. I had 35 in the finals against McClancy, Jamal Robinson, rest in peace, Greg Harden, rest in peace. We beat them in the finals. We was looking for Rice.
Hold on. Before you say that, right? Check this out. And this wasn't purposely done. I just switching up the pictures. Look what school I got up. Hold on.
Yeah, I see it.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Noodles, Greg Harden, rest in peace. Jamal Robinson, yes. So
that's Mark Cook, brother.
Okay. I've been trying to get with him about what you were just talking about earlier about this book. So
Right.
shout out to my boy O Cook, still doing it overseas. Shout out to O Cook.
Facts.
Yes. So yeah, so I went on a tip. Like I once again, I had that year. I had blood in my eye. I knew I needed that. So we was looking for Rice. We were looking for LaSalle. Rice wound up losing. So McClancy wound up getting that. You know, I had to give him that work. 35 in the final. Then
Somebody
of
gotta
course,
get it.
But at that same time, we was at the public school watching Walton because we wanted
Right.
another piece of Walton. And Kerry held up his bargain. And I told him, I see y'all getting in the States. And that was in
That's
January.
crazy.
And not thinking 4 months down the line, it was going to be St. Ray's against Walton again in the state final.
That's crazy. Hold on
Yeah.
for a sec. I'm going to bring my guy in, resident artist, Jamel Powell, real quick. He's been working on a piece. How you looking, Mel?
Hold up. I'm outside.
You're not just saying that like the rappers, we outside. I'm outside. He's literally outside. I sent him some pictures of you on, and I know he was hooking it up. He told me to hit him up around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Can't really see it. That pink is, how you can see, there you go. A little closer.
Oh, there you go. I see that.
Ah.
Oh, man.
That's dope.
I
That's
like
dope.
that. That's dope.
Yo, how you
That's
do
mean right there.
he be amazing me sometimes, bro. Like,
That's mean, bro. How can I
That's
get that,
crazy.
yo? How can I get one of those, man? I need one of those. That's nice right there.
That's our gift for you guys who come on the show.
That's mean right there,
so you have
man.
that forever.
Appreciate that, man. That's going in the wall. That's going in the Wall of Fame, yo.
No doubt, brother.
Salute, man. Salute, brother. Please let me. And like I said, as soon as I get it, I gotta tag you and all that, because I know when people come to the crib, they're gonna be asking for that. Or once I put that,
there you go.
they're gonna be asking for something, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, you're gonna have a
No doubt,
you have
brother.
a lot of orders. You have a lot of orders, man. That's nice right there, bro.
Cool. Good looking.
That's
All right, fellas.
Appreciate you, Mel.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you guys, your senior year, you win the city, right?
No, we lost. I lost.
You lost the city championship.
I lost. Everybody thought I was gonna win. It was that was a crazy year for me. Like I said, let's take it back. So I win the city and state, have an awesome, like I said, awesome championship. I guess I still got the article right here and read all about it. I had 35 points, I guess, in the state final. I had 37 or 30. I had 35 in the city, and I guess 32 in the state. And just, finishing off that, 5-star was maybe 2 weeks later. And I mean, it was later on in the summer, and I didn't go. I didn't go there.
Right.
No, I went to, matter of fact, it was ABCD first.
Okay.
ABCD first after. So I wound up winning the city and state, take some time off or whatever, and go to ABCD. That was the first thing, ABCD. Didn't fare well at ABCD. I guess, if you notice, and it's happening now, you go to these all-star games, you go to these camps, it's every man for themselves.
Yep.
As a point, nobody's passing.
Facts.
I was the only one passing, and it's funny that I got ranked. I was going in camp looking for a higher ranking. Just coming off that hot city state championship, hot South junior year, capping over my city and state champion. I wound up trying to go in camp and let me up my rankings. My rankings wound up dropping. Like I said, by the time I'm getting up the court, I'm passing it up. I'm not getting the ball back. I didn't make the All-Star game, no nothing. But it's funny, I seen an article about 3 months ago. I led the camp in assists, though. It's just so funny what you get ranked for. I led the assists. I led the camp with 10 assists. So that was crazy, but didn't get the accolades.
Right.
coming home,
camp is like a big meat factory.
yeah. So I didn't get what I wanted or whatever. So 5-star was the next weekend, and 5-star was it. Holmesdale won. I didn't go.
You did a Ross
go.
Strickland?
I didn't go. I was mad about my rankings or whatever. I didn't go.
Yo, do you know this happened to Ross Strickland?
Yes. And it's funny because
not making the McDonald's All-American team.
Yes, it almost cost me. And that's what Rod. It almost cost me, but it cost me the MVP. It was me and Felipe up for the MVP, and me not going to 5-star. You know, salute to golf. You know,
yes.
when the vote came, it was Tom Kachowski, rest in peace, Tom Kachowski, because he could tell his story. When the thing came, I just needed his backing, and he like shoved the paper because he was mad about the year before that I didn't come to Holmesdale. So it cost me the MVP. Yeah, well, thank you. You put me on this. What I just told you, nobody heard this before. Only certain people that know that are close to me, that in my circle, knew this.
Wow.
So that's what happened, you know. But and that was just blessed and honored to be in the nominated. Felipe was hands down the best player in the nation. But that game, I excited the crowd. I threw it off the back. I was being me, and it was in New York City. So but that's what happened. So back that up. I didn't go to Holmesdale, and my rankings went down. And I tried to make it up, and it was like me fighting. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna let my court do what it do. And 12th, I got 15 MVPs in a row.
Woo! Now was it? Now let's go back to that McDonald's All-American team, right?
Yeah.
That was the year Allen obviously got arrested, and you felt like, I got about default, so I'm gonna go there and turn up. Like, y'all think y'all gonna do this?
Oh yeah,
I'm going there to turn up.
Yeah, you already knew that. Oh yes, because I heard it. Shout out to Bubba Chuck. That's my guy.
Fact.
And I knew it. I seen him fly him off right out the jail, fly him in a helicopter to Nike All-American game. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? I was around Felipe. Them guys were different. So I knew it was,
wow.
Even though salute to Steve Wojo, Neil Reid, the other guys there. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, it wasn't them. It was Iverson, because they still made it was like, wow, Iverson can't play Kareem. But mind you, I won 17 MVPs in a row. 17 MVPs.
That's
from
crazy.
July to October. I won before school started. I got Round Ball MVP. I got 55th MVP. I got BCI MVP. I got Golden Hoops MVP. I got Holmesdale in the summer MVP when I came, you know what I'm saying? So, and then going into my senior year, after making first team All City as a junior with everybody, I wasn't even supposed to play, they thought. Wanted to lead them to the city and state championship, make a first team. So everything was coming in form. So, but me really wanted to make the McDonald game because it was in New York City.
That's right.
In my hometown.
That was the sum of Kareem Reid right there.
Yes.
Like, he kind of owned that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So I owned the sum. Yeah.
I got my guy, rest in peace, Nutter Butters.
Yes.
His nephew.
On
the line. He said he still got your MVP trophy from Morningside.
Yes.
2007.
Yes. And that's what it was, because once again, I was not staying living in the streets. I had somewhere to lay my head at, but I couldn't bring trophies home everywhere. Like I was getting Mashburn, I got 7. Shout out to Jamal Mashburn. I got seven trophies in one night of Jamal Mashburn tournament. He was giving me a trophy for everything. So we in a mousy little 180, 190 bins. I got 8 trophies coming out the roof. So that so that goes into it. Then I go into my high school year and coming that summer, finding out that I'm gonna be a dad. You know, going into my senior year, I'm getting ready to become a dad. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, that I'm a senior in high school, handling recruiting, and got a son on the way. You know, big shout out to, you know, Kareem Reid Jr. He's not, he's big
That's
now,
right.
but, you know, having to do that.
So, okay. So now I'm clear now. That's your son that kept coming up.
Yes.
I was going to mention that. Because every time I was researching you, your son was coming up.
So, yeah, so that's what it was. So it went there, and then, you know, coming back in February, it's crazy. The day I had my son, look at this day. We sold out Iona College. Rice against St. Ray's. This is a high school game.
Wow.
Sold out. Like, it was the point that they had to move us to, they was going to move us to the Garden or something like that. We was going to play in the Meadowlands one day because it couldn't, nothing could, it was snowstorm. I remember we played them in a snowstorm.
And people still came out. That's crazy.
Answer. Kareem Reid against Felipe.
You're buffering.
You got me now?
All right, you good? You good? I can hear you.
I'm good?
Yep, you good.
Yeah, so that day, we get ready to play. That morning, my son is born at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
At 9 o'clock, I'm at Truman High School taking the SAT.
It's a lot to deal with, brother. Think you're still buffering? You want to close back and come back in?
Yeah,
Are you good?
That. I'm good.
Hello?
You good?
Yeah. You was buffering for a minute. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You
yeah,
good right there.
So yeah, like I said, 6:30 in the morning, my son is born. 9 o'clock, I'm at Truman High School taking the ACT. At 2 o'clock, I'm on the layup line at Iona College, playing against Rice High School.
Amazing.
So that in all, and then just imagine, like, people don't know that game. I had 2 points at halftime.
Thinking too much.
Not even thinking. I got other stuff on my mind. I'm thinking about the McDonald, the nominee, my son, that I passed the test. You know, like you said, thinking.
Yeah, it's a lot on your mind. Yep.
This was the second one. This wasn't even trilogy yet. But we played 4 times that year. So this was the second time or the third time. This was a trilogy. And I already had scored my 1,000-point that Tuesday or Wednesday against Ohio's. But as soon as I scored my first point against Rice, I got my 1,000 ball. I didn't score no more the first half. At halftime, everybody ready? Halftime, I got kicked off the team. I quit at halftime. I quit that game.
Why?
Gary DeCesar told me, "Yo, you ain't shit."
How you quit? You quit, and how's this for? You quit?
Cause he made me quit.
Oh.
You ain't shit. Take my jersey off. This and that. You talking about? He going off. He going off on me. You ain't nobody. You talking about you want to be a McDonald? You ain't nobody. You a Taco Bell all of me. He went in on me. So like you said, now I just had a son. I took an ACT. You ain't really nothing. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? He forget all that. He didn't care about all that. You stinking up the court. I shouldn't even play you no more. You should just sit out the next set half of the season or whatever. We good or whatever. He's telling me all this. But Gary he knew what pushed my button. So I little tear, I took my jersey off, all that. He threw everybody at the locker room. He told me, you better put my jersey back on. Like Gary's he was a father to me. Like you better not never disrespect me like that. Put my jersey back on or whatever, this and that. And we down 19 at this time. Put my jersey back on, this and that, or whatever, this and that. You're gonna win this game. He telling me all this. At that time, I'm hearing we still talking. I hear the buzzer, and I come back out the tunnel like somebody was hurt. I come out the tunnel. Everybody looking for. I'm saying everybody's waiting for. Whatever. He comes to the team or whatever, and he like, listen, we're gonna win this game, and Kareem gonna make us win this game. I had 35 in the second half.
God,
we still lost in overtime, but we was down 19 to be up 2 with 20 seconds left.
How much did that speech help you for the rest of your career?
It's a bunch of speeches I can tell you that he gave me that pushed me through to who I am today. You know, I remember numerous, but that was one of them. I guess that was the break-in where I trusted that man with my life after that. And it took me, not saying it took me that long, because I wasn't fighting him. I didn't fight, not fighting him physically, but I let him make me into who I was. With the criticism, the hard loving, whatever he had to do to get the point to me missing quarters, me missing games, I'm getting suspended. You know, for me, knowing I had to get up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 to make it to school. So he conformed who Kareem Reid was and changed my image, my like. I went from being the most hated to the most liked. I smiled, you know, because he made life easier for me. When I had all this chaos going on in the world, and he simmered it down for me and made basketball my safe haven. So, you know, big shout out to everything what Gary did, you know. But to go on to lose to them in a city championship was terrible. That was my worst, probably one of my worst games of my career. I shot, I guess, 3 for 23, 3 for 24.
Whew.
But you got to remember, I just lit them up a month ago for 35 in the second half.
They was ready. What did they do differently?
They trapped every time I touched the ball. The guys, no disrespect to, you know, Melvin McKee, Scientific Matt, Felipe, Reggie. I went through everybody. All of them had to guard me. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, salute to that team. They had a game plan. And then, of course, they had my childhood coach on the bench at that time. Thurman player. So he was, you know, he was screaming. He was the Kareem stopper. He made me. So it was like, it was a very personal game that day.
Wow.
And it was like,
I know he was happy. I know he was happy for himself after that. Like,
because I had shifted, and Felipe too, I guess. Everybody. If I win that game,
yes.
Not saying I'm not now, but I go up in the greatest players in the CHS, you know, CHSSA. If I win that game.
Facts.
And
everything
it probably
was riding on Felipe.
And they probably couldn't deny me from getting Mr. Basketball. Because I would have beat Felipe 5 times. You know what I'm saying?
They had too much riding. They had too much riding on that situation. Not saying he deserved it.
Come on, 2 city and state champions. You know, 17 MVPs in a row. 1 as a sophomore, quarterfinal. You know what I'm saying? So it was that would have, you know, I'm not saying I'm not in the record books, but that would have put me up there with the, I guess, you know, with the Kenny Andersons and the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars and the Felipes and the Malik Sealy's, that would have put me up in that echelon.
Well, brother, when I have these guys up here and they talk about some of the greatest point guards, your name do come up a lot. So definitely.
Thanks. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
I had some of the best guards up here in New York City history so far, and counting. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What was your recruiting process like? And what schools did you visit?
It was crazy. I visited Cal Irvine, University of California with Jason Kidd and them.
Yep.
Texas, Arkansas, and I didn't take my Alabama. I didn't take my Providence. I didn't take Alabama or Providence.
Because Arkansas was your last visit, correct?
Yep. Arkansas, basically it was my only official visit. But I took 2 officials, California and Arkansas. But Arkansas was just, California was Jason Kidd, shout out Jay Kidd, and Tony Gonzalez, one of the best tight ends.
Yeah, I'm about to say, people don't realize he was a hell of a basketball player too.
So yeah, they were my recruiting guys, and went there, and it just felt like, like I said, once again, I needed somewhere that was going to change my life geographically. Yes. I didn't want to be 2-3 hours from home, anything like that, because that, God forbid a car accident, me rushing back to New York and stuff like that. And St. John's didn't really show me no love until the 18 MVPs and that knocking off Felipe twice, into that McDonald nominee. Then St. John, and it's funny because St. John's seen me more than anybody because the connection Riverside and St. John's had.
Yeah, yeah.
So they had first dibs. And never, I start thinking later on, maybe a week before I signed, about St. John's, because it's in the Hamilton, Felipe. I wanted to create something special, but my heart, my mind wasn't into it. I knew I might not have been standing here if I would have picked St. John's at that time. Because I would still been in my neighborhood. I still would have been, it was easy. You get in trouble anywhere, but it was too tempting for me to go right across the bridge, back into my neighborhood and stuff like that. So that was, but shout out to St. John's. Thanks for even the recruiting. But yes, Arkansas was just unique. Arkansas was Coach Richardson, a black other figure coming from Gary DeCease. I needed family, and coming down here, I came on a spring break. Nobody was here. They had just won a game, and I met the team at the airport.
That's hold on. That's unusual, because schools like to get kids at the school when there's a lot going on, and for you to go when there was nothing going on and still sign, that shows that was the right school for you.
And that's what, like I said, it was. And if anybody know Fayetteville, Arkansas in the '90s, it was Ghost Town DJs. Spring break, Ghost Town DJs. I went and put my bag up. They was like, yo, drive with us to the airport. We're going to go pick up the team. It was 7,000 at the airport cheering for them guys. They doing it now. I got to see it this year when, during the pandemic. Of course, salute to the Razorbacks, Final 8. Got a chance to see them, they got the experience. Everybody was 200 people out there waiting for them to get back to campus, last month. But it was 7,500, 8,000 people at the airport, a small airport. It was like the president was coming in. It was like Bill Clinton was flying in.
Right.
And the team was getting off. They was cheering, calling the hogs. And I was like, nah, this can't be it. Got to eat later on with the team. Got to experience some time with the team because, of course, I got to meet Scotty Thurman the year before. He was my counselor in ABCD.
Gotcha.
And, if you them ABCD camps, Nike camps, the counselors play against each other at nighttime. So I got to see, all the counselors play. And then me and Felipe sneak in there with with Scotty Thurman after late night and work on our game and stuff like that. So my senior year, I kept that relationship with Scotty Thurman.
Nice.
And of
nice.
course, you know, the Caesar being who he is, I played down here. It was a legendary high school tournament down here, King Cotton Classic. The year before I came down here, Corliss Williamson and Jason Kidd played in the championship. So they was bringing the top kids in, and of course, if Arkansas, you know, so Arkansas wasn't really recruiting me at this time. It was crazy. My recruitment started in Subway. Once again, Tom Kachowski, rest in peace. Tom Kachowski and Gary DeCesar is in the Subway in Michigan. The camp was at Eastern Michigan or Central Michigan. The camp was there. They was in the Subways at lunchtime.
Okay.
And Coach Richardson and Coach DeCesar and Tom Kachowski were talking. Here walks Nolan Richardson and Coach Anderson in the Subway.
Woo.
And they both turned around. Tom Kachowski, that everybody, he was the brains, the mind behind Hoop Scoop and all these scout services. So they whoop-de-whoop. They said this evening, Coach Richardson, your style of tempo or whatever, you need to be looking at number 85. Left-hand point guard. He got his shirt over his neck. Because I used to wear my jersey. It was too big. So I used to wear my jersey over, you know, strapped
over your neck.
Strap.
Yes.
You know, after one of the games, shout out to I forgot his name, but he plays ex-Razorback. And I'm gonna get it's gonna catch at the tip of my tongue. He comes over to me, hey yo, what's up? Good game or whatever. It's Ernie Murray.
Okay.
There we go. Is Arkansas recruiting you? I'm like, I don't know, cause Coach he only give us our letters until our senior year. And right then he was like, man, you need to look at Arkansas, man. You'll be great for us. I'm like, okay, whatever, this and that, not knowing nothing. The next night I come out the locker room, Coach Richardson, Corliss Williamson, Scotty Thurman is all sitting courtside. And I'm like, the crowd going crazy. They just said their name on the loudspeaker. They stand up and all. And I'm like, but not knowing I'm getting ready to play against Corey Beck's high school. He was there. So some of the Razorbacks drove down to see Corey Beck's old high school play against me. And, you know, those encounters with him led up to me taking a visit, because I didn't take a visit during the school year. I didn't take a visit if it wasn't unofficial or whatever. And I saved it. I saved my spring breakers right after I guess I took it during the season in March, spring break. And once again, Coach Richardson was just real with me. Just so real with me. He came, he did that, and after that, it's funny because my home visits never happened at my house. Because once again, I had a crazy household.
It was always in the gym, somewhere else.
At St. Ray's.
Wow.
At St. Raymond's. The ones that, you know, Gary knew about was at St. Raymond's. The other ones were, you know, my guys hooked up certain meetings or whatever, met some assistant coaches. It's not a violation now. Met some assistant coaches at Jackson Holes and stuff like that, you know, things like that. So I'm not gonna drop no name dropping, but I met a lot of coaches unofficially without Coach the season. But the official ones were at St. Ray's High School.
Wow. Let me tell you a little story. Kenny Anderson, when he was on here, said that he wanted to go to Georgetown. He said if John Thompson would have recruited him, nobody else would have had a chance. He said, I think his grandmother or somebody's aunt lived in the DC area. Right? So I'm thinking how Coach Nolan, right, you know, Coach Nolan had an effect on you, and how
Yes.
Coach Thompson had an effect on a lot of us in the inner cities, was
A
able to
big
connect
effect.
with us. You
And
know,
I think, you know, with me, it was more, at that time, it was the Black Association. So Coach John Thompson, Coach Cheney, Coach Richardson were fighting for guys like me, Prop 48 kids, that, you know, with these standardized tests, boo,
facts.
boo, boo, boo. For
Yes,
these, you
I
know, for
got caught up
athletes.
in
That
that
was,
too,
you know,
fam.
yeah,
It
so,
doesn't make or break you as a person.
yes,
It doesn't show really how much you really know.
yes. You know, so that was. And then, you know, to take all that, when Coach said, I'm still going to recruit you, because a lot of schools stopped recruiting me because I didn't have my score.
Right.
And Coach was like, nah, I'm here. If you want me to be here, if I got a chance to get you, I'm going to fight for you. And Arkansas take Prop 48 kids. And him fighting and showing me that he's fighting for kids like me was like, it went together. You know, and it was like, you know, he was just real with me, not promising me nothing. You know, other people was, you know, as the kids call it this now, the bag. He didn't offer me none of that. You know,
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna make, you know, I'm gonna make life better for you and your family. This is what you want to play professionally. You want to make some money, this and that, and you want to, you know, you have some college accolades you want to do. And I'm gonna put you on that. We're gonna be on the national stage. This and that. We coming off winning the championship. Well, they didn't win the championship yet. They
Right.
didn't win the championship yet.
It
They
was
was
on
on the
their
way
way.
to win.
It was on their
They was
way.
on the way. But he's like, yo, Scott, he's like, wow, we got senior guards. Next year you come in, you know. So he's telling me, you'll sit up, you'll sit on the senior guards. We're gonna have a chance. So just imagine, the year my senior year of high school, they won this championship. My freshman year at the university, me sitting out, we went to the championship game again. And the whole year, all I heard was, if they had me, we would have won it again.
I believe so.
Right? So now my true freshman year, Scotty Thurman posted, if he stayed, call it stay. We win it. We go somewhere again. Remember, I took that team as a freshman to the Sweet 16.
Facts.
So just add Scotty and Corliss to that team. We're national champions. So
Wow.
just imagine, that's 3 years right there where it would have been 3 champions. We probably, first school, I don't know if UCLA did it, but back to back to back.
Yeah. I think UCLA won like 10 in a row, some shit like that.
So just, you know, things like that. And me just, like I said, once again, 7,500 people at the airport cheering on this team at spring break. This team, they was just telling me, man, ain't nobody here. Everybody went home. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, here go one of these boring visits. And pull up to 7,500 at the airport.
That's crazy.
Corey, you know, so it was just, it felt like home. I needed that place. So it's like, you know, I needed that place. It's funny. I needed that place at 19, and I came back at 40 and needed this place again. You know, they provided a way for me to get my degree. You know, they took care of me. You know, so it's you know, Arkansas is always going to be, always holds a special place in my heart, but it's always sentimental to me, and I'm here now, making, you know,
Man,
living here.
you're a legend in 2 states, fam. Official. You know what I'm saying? So what was your transition like, and what transitions that you had to make off and on the court to make you a better person and player?
I guess, you know, my freshman year really made me, I guess, who I am, because I sat out. I was a million miles away from home sitting out. See, I didn't even, like I said, had a great summer. Like I said, let's lead up to it. I should have won, I could have won, or whatever, McDonald game. I got the honor to play in front of my friends' family at the McDonald game.
Facts.
Right? After that, wound up playing the McDonald game, playing the Magic Johnson game. Coming here 2 days after graduation, getting selected to play in the USA game, USA trials. So I got the training camp with the USA team, the trial, the under 18, East, West, South, North game or whatever. Come back, stay here for 2 weeks, move in, everything, practice with the team in the summer, you know, go home, finish up 55th or whatever, leave on time, everything straight. Get to Arkansas. I arrived in Arkansas for 1 day. The next day I was called to the office saying I was ruled ineligible.
For playing the 55th?
No, for my test score.
Wow.
So I passed my score. They challenged my score. So nobody even, you know, once again, people, I know some, they challenged my score.
I never
All
knew
the way
that.
into, Yes, they challenged my score. So I couldn't practice with them or nothing. So I was a regular student. And I could have transferred, opened up, decommitted, and opened back up my commitment. I could open back up my recruiting.
Yo, it's so crazy. The same thing happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I practiced it with the team my whole freshman year. Was on the media guide. I think a week or two before the season, they ruled me ineligible because they said my prep school for my grades were late and some things were missing. And I'm like, why did y'all tell me that in the beginning? I can't get y'all school without y'all having my transcript of my grades. And I was going, transfer, do the whole thing and start my process all over. But my mom's made me stay, so it all worked out.
Yeah. Like nobody made. Like I said, once again, it was my decision. I didn't have nobody. Crazy. I was here solo for dolo, but they made me feel so much at home and so much a part of that team that I used to go back to my dorm and cry because I'm getting all the gear. I can't practice with them. I got to come in before practice workout, stay after workout with the trainers, but I'm watching practice. And coach would come and say, man, we had Kareem, we'll be undefeated. Even the kids, the guys knew it, not kids. The team was like, man, because them guys were, I was bringing some new spunk. I was picking up people.
Yeah, and you one of the best players in the country, fam. Like,
I fed that.
You one of the best players in the country who can't play.
Yeah,
anybody will feel that loss.
It was hard. It was hard for me that whole year. Me going on the road and watching them play, and I got to drive to the games, and they get on the plane and fly back because I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't be a part of the team, but I made my way to certain games. Even I turned down the Final Four. I didn't go to the Final Four. I had a ticket and everything to go to Seattle, but I just couldn't. I stayed here because I cried the night before. Like, I can't sit on the bench. I got to sit in the crowd, not even behind the bench. I had to be a regular buying ticket person, so that really hurt.
Not a good feeling.
Not a good feeling. And then at that time, it was like, come home. St. John got a spot for you, this and that. And I'm still like, I got to sit out this whole year. So I was ruled ineligible. So that put another damper, a delay, so it put another chip, let's go. So my first year in SEC, freshman of the year, I led the country or top 5 in the country in assists. I broke, shout out to Lee Mayberry. I broke his freshman assist record, So, things like that fuel my fire.
So, the next question I'm going to ask you, right? With all this fire burning, that chip on your shoulder, them keeping you out a year, and now you get that uniform on, you ready to play, lace those sneakers up. Who ass did you bust to let you know you arrived at college basketball?
I guess like I said, that freshman year, I led that team. Like, I went at the Kentucky game. They had 10 NBA players. They had 11 NBA players on that team. 11 NBA players on that team. Ron Mercer, Antoine Walker, Andre Riddick, so things like that. Me playing Kentucky. Me playing against Alabama, McDyson them. SEC was crazy at that time.
Yeah, that whole SEC was tough, man.
Come on, we playing against Memphis, and they had a bunch of scenes, you know what I'm saying? Played against Cincinnati when they had Kenyon Martin. Remember that team when all of them looked like football players?
Yeah, they were tough.
You know what I'm saying? They were tough. You know what I'm saying? Kenyon Martin was a freshman or something like that. That Bob Huggins team. You know what I'm saying? We played against. I guess we went to Alaska that year. Like I said, I arrived when I arrived because it was that season. And like I said, as a freshman getting put on the Street and Smith, the Arkansas edition, the Midwest, the South edition. Not even playing a game, and me gracing the cover.
Bible. Tell people, Street Smith was the source magazine of basketball. So like the source magazine was for hip hop, Street Smith was that for basketball. That was our Bible. Fact.
So things like that was like, I was like, oh nah.
That's crazy. So what was like on the road, man? And what was like you guys per diem like? Because this is the James Majors question. James Majors, Bishop Lockland, Seton Hall great, 1983. He said they were getting $5 a day for meal money at Seton Hall.
Yeah, we was getting like, I guess it was funny. It wasn't, I guess, not $5, but it was about 20. It sounded like $5 because it was like $5 for lunch, $5 for breakfast, $7 for lunch, $12 for dinner.
Yo, fam. So
and then the funny thing is, when you say that, then me going and being the last cut of New Orleans and getting, it was totally different.
Like, I don't know how different was it for mid-majors, you know, smaller colleges and big time colleges. But I know on our road trips at Fairleigh Dickinson, we would get $200, $250 for a 3-day trip. And I just didn't understand how the bigger schools weren't getting way more than us. Now, there were some guys, you know, who played for, you know, Texas, UNLV, and things of that nature, who was taken care of, right?
But yeah, and the same thing. But we were, like I said, and to this day, I still eat places in Arkansas for free and stuff like that. So money is just paper in here. It's just a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it was. They might have
a lot of perks. Y'all had a lot of
perks. So and that's what I say. Where I didn't get the bag.
We didn't they didn't treat us like that in Jersey, fam. We paid for everything.
Yeah, so that's what I said. So my legacy still holds on that. I get a steak, a free steak sometimes around here. You know, I did enough around here. I can still get a steak around here. But that's where we had different perks, you know, where we ate at. We signed autographs and stuff like that. So I guess the likeness, what these kids are talking about now, what they get ready for now, we've been had that.
Right.
And so, you know, because we don't have nothing else. We don't have no protein. We, you know, nothing like that. We are the protein. University of Arkansas is the protein. We don't have no pro football, basketball, soccer, nothing. The University of Arkansas is everything.
So, what was your best game at Arkansas? I know you had a lot of them. Like
yeah,
what game stands out?
I guess a couple of times I had about 15, 16 assists. I had a buzzer beater against Oral Roberts with like 3 seconds left. Full court. I went full court in 2.7 seconds and hit a buzzer beater against a good Oral Roberts team.
How many guys was trying to stop you? Was you going through like all 5 players before you got to the end? And you did the Tyus Etney finish at the end?
No, I guess I went in there and it's just like I went past everybody jumped and I just squeezed in the middle of everybody and just flicked up a shot from my waist. But I practiced these shots, you know, left-handed, practiced these little scoop hoop shots, and I went in and I just ran to the locker room and everybody chased me to the locker room.
Listen, for you players that's faking the funk, if you ever get in that moment, you got to do it right. You got to know which way to run, okay?
Yeah.
Because I see the dude who ran the wrong way and he got caught by the crowd, right?
Yes. Nah, it was good because I was, you know, it's funny because we always talk about the, you know, 55th, the 8th Avenue court. It was always, that was my 8th Avenue court. On the basket closer to the, and you know, the second half, you always go towards your bench. So it was going towards our bench was the locker room. So that's the unique thing about it. I hit it in the second half, and we were going towards our bench. And towards our bench is the locker room. So it was good.
Awesome moment, man. So now you guys go to the NIT, right? The next year. And how does the next 2 years end up for you guys? Because I know there's a big transitioning period.
Yes, I guess they graduated. Now I became an upperclassman, and I guess we couldn't really. When I look back at now, we had guys want to play with us, but when you had 3 all SEC players at the 1, 2, and the 4, it was hard to get somebody to come in. So I guess our recruiting struggled with, well, we're going to come in, we're going to play. I averaged 39 minutes through my career. I guess it went down to 36. But it was 39. It was like all the way into my senior year. I guess because a couple of my senior year, I didn't play a lot more. I took a lot of minutes. I didn't play that many minutes. But I was playing 40 minutes. At 40 minutes of hell, I was playing 40 minutes in that system.
Mm.
And
that's 40 minutes of hell, just in case y'all know. Because they press all day long.
Yes, and I was playing 40 minutes. Yes. By the time I get out and get a water break, or I better get my rest in the timeout. And coach labeled me that, the straw that stirs the coffee. So that was, one of coach's quotes. So I always had to stir that coffee or that drink. So I was always in the game, So I guess that struggle. And, once again, selling the basketball program in Arkansas, great campus, wonderful campus, top five in the country of party states, party cities, college towns. But people wouldn't know that. But getting a kid here, we had a kid from California that was probably one of the top players named Chris Jeffries. He transferred after 5-6 months. So everybody couldn't take that distance and being here, or coming here. Or like you said, on a visit, it was you get what you get. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't you go to these other towns, you go to Vegas, you go to California, the town, the city, the state speaks for itself. Arkansas,
and a lot of times they go to these boring towns, but they got so much going on, you think it's popping all the time.
Yes, and it's funny because we talk about that all the time. When I played overseas, besides one time, I played in a small town like Fayetteville.
Wow.
I played in when I played in D-League, I played in Asheville. It was like Fayetteville. I guess God had that in store for me. Don't let them play in these big cities.
Don't give them too much.
Don't give them too much.
Right,
and I used to be like, and it's funny because we used to play against guys that was in big cities, and I'm like, the boys hung out, like I said, they wasn't ready to play, and I'm up because I got my rest. I ain't out. So it was great. It was an advantage for me, and it helped. I guess it prolonged my career also.
Yes, because you played a long time, brother. So we're going to get into that now. What are some of the places you played professionally? And since you played in so many countries, can you speak a different language? I had Kim Hampton up here, and she spoke about 5 different languages, and I was blown away.
I'm not. I had a couple of words, and I understand it more in France. I played in France. I love France. That was if we had an opportunity, we'd live overseas. But France was my best country. Gotcha. I was there the longest. I learned the culture. I learned the language. I understood the language. I didn't really know how to speak it, but my first year I played in Turkey. I had some offers in Russia. I didn't go. I played in Turkey. I played in Lithuania. I played in, of course, Dominican Republic. And I finished up in France. But
so your passport, as we say, got a lot of makeup on it.
I don't even. I got my. I'm on my 8th one, man. I'm on my 8th one. I lost some. Had some renewed. I just got a new. I had to get a new one last June. I had to get a new one.
Damn.
It was stamped out because even like I said, when you say that, I played in those countries with those teams, but I played in all the countries. In France, we basically because I played everywhere but besides China.
Woo!
Playing in that Euro League.
Anybody can question. Like my guy Eric Hicks said, right? He said, Reid, you underestimate your status. New York City basketball history. You will go down as one of the greats, right? For sure. This is, hey, look, bro, you should get your passports, laminate them, and make it out to a chain. Just let everybody know, man. Y'all ask this then y'all road warrior.
Salute, game over. Salute, game over, NYC, man. I appreciate that, man.
No doubt. So in between this time, you coming back home in New York City and you kicking ass, right? Because not only you
still taking
stamping
names.
your names on a passport, every time you come back, you stamping your legend status.
Yes, because like
From
I said, I'm
Dykeman
still
to the Rucker. Now you have Mousy as a coach, and then you got Fat Joe. Tell me about these two and how much fun it was playing with them.
I guess, like I said, Mousy, Mousy's like, my big brother, my godfather, whatever you want to call him. Like, he's one of them figures, top 5, where to this day I could pick up the phone and call him and get me out of jam or talk or anything I need. You know what I'm saying?
Or yo, Mousy, you need to be on BasketballHeadzz, man.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. So things like that with, guys that, added to my legacy and helped me with my career. Salute, but Mousy was one. He gave me a chance at 16 years old to play 155th.
Hold on. Come on. Not high school.
I was just going to high school.
No, but you ain't playing a high school tournament.
No, I never played no high school tournament.
Hold on. You wasn't 17 playing against college dudes.
I was 17 playing against NBA dudes.
It
wasn't too many college.
People hear this, right? They're gonna say, he's playing the Rutgers 17. We played up there too. We played in the high school tournament. We played. No. Explain that, fam. Tell the people.
No. This is Lloyd Nesmith. This is Master Rob. This is
Future.
Dancing
That's right.
Doogie.
That's right.
This
is
Woo! God bless the dead, Cotton Hines. God bless the dead, Conrad McCrae. This is, this is Black Mo. This is Troy Truesdale. This is, these is the Tip Dog and Mike Boogie. So these were the typical Terminator, Predator. This was their league.
So he was playing against New York City legends before he became a New York City legend.
Yes. And, and in high school, Speedy Williams, there's so many names, that I can, Steve Burt, guys like that.
Cam Strickland finishing breakfast.
Yes, franchise, things like, come on, man. So when I was playing, or for 16, 17-year-old playing, it was only a couple of guys. Myself, Shamgar, the Cam, shout out to Cam, the rapper Cam. But he was a basketball player.
Let's look, because I put up a post the other day of Jim Jones explaining how good Cameron was. I've never seen him play. I've heard that he can really play.
He was a Division One. He was a Division One guard. Cam was a Division One guard.
Got you.
He could have played. He could have played Division One basketball. Cam was very good. Remember, he was. I guess at 16 or 15, he got 17. He got MVP of 155th Street.
Yo, Cam, you got to come on BasketballHeadzz. We got to hear that story. He got. Hold on. He got MVP.
Cam MVP.
Rapper Cam. We talking about
rapper
Dipset Cam.
Cameron Giles. That's who I know. I know, like I said, that Cameron. So
listen.
it was only
for y'all rappers out there, hip hop people, Cameron Giles, Mr. Dipset himself,
certified.
He's a certified basketball
player. Yeah.
Facts. Okay,
to the point where, and once again, our common friend, our brother, Shamgar, stuff like that. So those were Rayford Austin, the Booger Smiths. So it was only a handful of us playing. It was good, to put on the jersey, but we're actually playing. We actually got our names in high school. It took me about 3-4 games, but you know, for me to get the best kept secret, you know, Shamgar, Rafe, you know,
Well,
Steph.
good. Let's go back, because you just like it took me 3 or 4 games to get the best kept secret, and I'm only 17 years old. I'm playing against pros and future New York City Hall of Famers. Fam, what was the game that got you that name, and what did you do? Who asked what you cooking?
Nobody. I was just the secret of the. Like I said, remember I played with main event Wally Dixon. You know, Malloy didn't play with us that year. Half Man, Half Amazing. These guys already had names. Remember, they was in. So Mousy brought a college. Mousy had professional, old school legends. Not saying old school legends in their prime. College players and high school players all on one team. So just say that was a mixture. It was a mixture of all three of us. So you got to see, this is the guy that's running these streets. This is the guy that's playing college basketball, still coming to 55th. And here goes a high school kid that just wanted to play. So when I got to play, just playing, being consistent, get in there, do my thing or whatever, this and that, and just leave. And about maybe the fourth, like I said, the fourth, fifth game of the season, you know, the announcers, that was what it was, about getting a name. And me not doing anything, just playing my game. And not backing down to nobody, whatever. And it was like, it's like, yo, I got him a name. I got a name. And I guess it was like everybody trivia question, or everybody was waiting for this name. Because like week after week, he was like, we got to get this kid a name. We got to get this young fella a name. And he was like, I got it. The best kept secret. And I still, when I heard it, it was like, my heart pumped. I was like, I finally made it. And then I really didn't make it until, I guess, the next week. I'm walking and they like, yo, they go to best kept secret. And I'm like, who? I'm looking around. They're like, yo, best kept secret. Yo, good game last night. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm here. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I forgot that was my name, too.
Yeah, I forgot. So, yeah, that was it right there for 50. That was my intro to 155th Street, and it became my safe haven. When I came home, I didn't care if I was on an NBA roster or trying to make the NBA. I was flying back in. I remember I was in training. I was in summer league with the Clippers and flying back. I was playing a summer league. I was playing an NBA summer league and flying back for 55th games.
Now, was Joe picking up that tab? Was this Terror Squad time?
This was Terror Squad time. But before that, it was like I said, it was Mousy Dream Team. Like this was, when I played with Joe, I was trying to make the pros and stuff like that. Early in the beginning, it was still high school basketball. So coming home for the summer, staying with Mousy, playing 55th. And then one year I had left Mousy to go play with my childhood friend. Shout outs to Tone Resto, Tone Rosa, Sugar Hill. I went and played with them for 1 year. And then Mousy wound up winning. I didn't play with Mousy. They wound up winning Mousy Dream Team with Malloy and all of them. They had a DVD out. Salute to that team. They wound up winning it. And then Joe came and got a team. That's it. Salute. Love you too, bro. But that's, you know, so that was that. So I played with Mousy. Mousy brought me out. And I played with it. And then Mousy got with Fat Joe, and they came and got me. So and I've been Terror Squad ever since.
Now, we know Fat Joe, big hit maker for years. Hip-hop legend, Bronx icon. How much does he love the game?
Boy, he loved the game too much sometimes. You be like, well, I'm going to tell you a story, right? We playing New York against EBC America, right? So we had just won it. We had just won the regular record, EBC. So now they started EBC America. So teams, California coming, Seattle came, DC came. It was only different states. I guess it was 8 states came to play. So we got in. We playing against who we playing? We playing against? Is it the Seattle team? Jamal Crawford, Nate Robinson, all those guys.
Woo!
And Joe, we didn't know. Joe didn't know who it
Seattle
was.
got balling.
So just remember, Joe didn't know who this was. Joe knew Nate Robinson and Jamal Crawford and things like that. But at that time, they had a young 18-year-old kid that was up there getting ready to play. And I'm going to drop the name, so it's going to be funny. He is cooking us. Joe called a timeout or whatever. Yo, ain't nobody can guard him with yo. He's flipping, right? I know who he is. I don't know if, and we had some basketball heads on our team, DP, Darren Phillip. We had some guys that knew who he was. But we were still like, we played against pros and stuff like that. This guy was the number 3. 2 weeks later, this guy was, I guess, the number 7 or 8 pick, Brandon Roy. You heard of him? So Joe was like, "Who's
At
this?
18, giving y'all the business."
He's giving ready to get drafted. He's there for the NBA workouts. He's getting ready to get drafted like the next week. So Joe's flipping. Yo, hey. I'm like, yo, Joe, that's the this kid getting ready to go to Western. They getting ready to go to number 8 pick. He was like, I don't care, whatever this and that. So Joe didn't care. But I was like that too. I didn't care. Like everybody said, when them pros came, Kareem still was going to be on the court. Kareem still was going to go at them. One of the classic games, me against Baron Davis. The LA game 3 days later. We beat LA, and I'm sitting on the top of the rim on 55th. But things like that, Joe didn't respect that. Joe was so much. Joe missed out. Remember, at this time, Joe didn't fly.
Right,
So
right.
He was missing out on a lot of money not flying. And then he wasn't even going on tour. Joe didn't go on tour for a whole 3 summers. Shout out to Game Podcast. Hey, yes.
Fat Joe, I know you have your own show, but we need to talk basketball, fam.
Joe for sure, yes. He didn't go
3 summers.
He didn't go on tour.
He loved this game, man. That's when you know you love this game, bro.
The last summer, the payroll was so big. The last summer, he had to go on tour to pay us. He was like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, he had to, yes, but he'd fly and everything. Like, he was the Mark Cuban of street basketball.
That's official. That's the official title. If he come on the show, that's going to be the name of the show.
Yes.
That's dope. That's dope, man. So listen, I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest things that's going to solidify, you already solidified, but the thing that's going to take it over the top of other basketball legends and greats who have been to the city is that you're opening up your own prep school. Hold on, before you even start talking about it, fam, I just want to make some noise for that. Like, we going to make some noise for that. Yo, that is so, that is amazing. We only hit guys like Puff Daddy, Jalen Rose, these dudes who money supersedes, and, we're not taking your pockets either, but for what you're doing and on the level that you're doing on, I don't think it's going to be matched unless somebody else is going to come up with an idea.
Yes, and I mean, there's some guys doing it now, and there's some guys doing it now, and like I said, a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's coming up. It's becoming a real thing. It's coming. So this always been a dream of mine. I guess when getting into basketball and while me playing basketball and thinking about what I was going to do after basketball. So that's the hardest thing for athletes to do. What you going to do after it? So shout out.
The transition. That's the next transition.
And it wasn't easy for me, like I said. So I know the transition. I lived it. I trust the process. So I knew what it was. I went through it as, like you said, as a snotty kid from the Bronx to an 18-year pro. To me getting the respect from my peers from down from the bottom to the top. When people out with me and we in NBA presence or rappers presence or entertainment presence, the love I received and I get from these people, and I didn't make the 200, 300 million, or the, you know, I'm not an 18-year-old all-star in the NBA. You know, I can't speak for anybody else, but I know God's been there for me to give me everything that I wanted, that I can handle at the time that I can handle, for me to go through what I went through, to the ups, the downs, to the ups, you know, the typical athlete life I got to live, the up, the down, the money, the not having money, to not where to live, to a big house, to I did it, everything. I did everything.
That's
you
real,
know?
man.
So for me to give back to, say, my community, you know, and this is not just the one, you know, it's just the first of many I want to open up. But this is something that I, you know, you see the, you know, shout outs to, you know, people see about the primary school with LeBron James. Westbrook just, you know, why not? He just opened up his one, you know. So me getting in the line of this and seeing the need for this, especially now with this pandemic, the last year, these kids are struggling. This is affecting these kids for years to come.
Yep.
It's 2,500 today. Check 2,500 kids in the college transfer portal. These seniors in high school don't have places to go.
Nope. And I say, yo, junior college is going to be popping these next 2 years.
Yes. But at the same time, I wasn't a junior college kid, but I was a Prop 48 kid that I seen in junior college. That's, you know, people, I salute to these junior colleges, because everybody's not in the top junior college.
Yeah.
Some of these junior colleges is, you are living kind of bad.
13th and 14th grade.
Yeah. It's like you live in the middle of the projects or something like that. And you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, you know, with this program, it's an 8-month program. It's a gap year, post-grad. Your clock don't start, you know what I'm saying? And it gives you chance to develop, not just as an athlete, but as a person, you know, as a young man, because everybody's not ready for this next level.
Yeah.
You know, college and being 1,000 miles away from home and stuff like that. So I'm here to prepare you. Who better to prepare you but Kareem Reid, that went through this? You know,
Right.
and that's my catch to these parents. You know, I went through the its, the buts, the what, the its, whatever it was, I went through. I'm not saying nobody else went through it, but I only can speak for my story. So, you know, me getting these kids prepared for the next level, you know, for their aspiration, and also helping them out where it's missing. You know, I'm also providing financial literacy, you know, programs where, you know, how to handle their money, you know, how to handle the social media, you know. So I got workshops. I'm doing community service, you know. I'm housing, but they cleaning up. You know, I'm presenting them what's college going to be, instead of going to college and not being prepared and losing out on a year or having to transfer, or, you know, I see so many kids transferring now, you know, or starting or don't succeed. And then another rule next year is you don't have to sit out. So, you know, the NCAA, you don't have to sit out now. You get one, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I want to transfer, and you ain't got to sit out. So, you know, it's getting crazy, bro. It's getting crazy.
Listen.
And somebody else gave me a fact, said it's nearly 70,000 student athletes in the transfer portal. This is all sports. 70,000 kids.
Well, Kentucky High School is giving their kids another year.
A year back, yes. A year back. But once again, this is still, so now, once I said, so when they start doing this, it's going to trickle down. Because what happens
if you got chaos.
What happens if you got you in 10th grade thinking it's going to be your team next year, and 3 of the seniors come back. You know, or, you know, kids going to test the water and don't feel the water ain't hot yet, so now they coming back to school. So it's, you know, you got the transfer portal and some of these kids that's putting their name in the draft. So it's
crazy with the reclassing. That's gonna another slot of kids.
Yes,
right. That's gonna be left out.
It's getting real funky out here. So, you
That's
know,
crazy.
it's the need of these programs like mine. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
salute to whoever, you know, everybody else doing it. Salute to them. But, you know, I'm going to stand by, you know, Arkansas Prep is going to be one of the best prep schools. And like I said, it's post-grad this year, but my future and next year I see myself going, you know, middle school and up.
Well, fam, however way we can help,
Mm-hmm.
you know, help your program, just let us know, because New York City have a load of players that need a place to go.
Yes, and I want, like I said, I want this to be a pipeline of also, you know, and you know, me, even you know, furthering my coaching abilities and want to coach on the next level and stuff like that, where I want to build a pipeline and help these kids and stuff like that from New York City, you know, and then hopefully coming back and getting one close there. So, you know, those are my aspirations.
I'm an educator, so count me in, fam.
Yes.
That's right.
And that's what I got. I got that on my board. A bunch of educators. Like I said, it's not me just teaching basketball. These kids are going to school. These kids are getting workshops. These kids I'm putting them in, you know, they're going to be, when they get to college, you know, some coaches always say, oh, in December of your freshman year, you're a sophomore already. So I want them to be freshmen already at my school. So when they get there, they already have a year under their belt to adapt to the environment, to the social life, to the basketball, to the academics. So I'm preparing them basically for their life.
And you add a mentorship component to it, right?
Yes.
So they have that following. They have somebody
you
to
have
connect
that.
with.
I mean, like I said, I'm sitting with you and the parents, and let's pick out some realistic schools and let's go get them. You know, like, and I guess that's what, you know, when I look back, that's what Coach DeCesar did with us. You know, pick up these schools, and I'm going to go out and get these schools, and I'm going to, you know, bring them. So like I said, we'll play 35 to 40 games against. We can't play Division Ones. We'll play JV Division Ones. We'll play Division Two, Division Threes, NAIAs, junior colleges, and other prep schools. So it's another, you know, dress rehearsal. It's another, you know, another shot at bettering your situation without your clock starting.
That's real, man. All right, so I want to get into toughest three opponents, and we're going to get into our top five. We're going to wrap it up, all right?
Okay.
So, toughest three opponents. In high school, who's your toughest? In college, and your professional playing days. Who are the three players?
In high school, it was I'm just in New York.
Period.
Say in high school, Jason Kidd, of course.
Got you.
In college, White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Another Jason Williams. Wow. It's crazy.
And my professional, probably Baron Davis.
Got you. All dogs. There's never a night off playing against any of those guys.
But I can never, like I said, and not to never not mention these names. I had to guard Stephon Marbury, Rayford Alston, and Shamgar Wells. So in my life.
You could have went either way.
Yeah, I'm just saying in my life, and that's life.
Right.
That's in all levels. Them three, right? Them, you know, three of the best guards that come out of New York City. I had to guard.
Right. One thing that I heard that Tom Kachowski said, rest in peace to him, that the New York City point guard is the most prepared out of any position in New York City because they see everything. Unlike most guys who don't have the ball in their hands, you guys have the ball in your hands in every circumstance. So y'all see the street level, y'all see the small tournaments, the high level, the McDonald's All-American to big All-American camps. You seeing it all, right? And even playing against pros and college guys. So definitely salute to the New York City point guard. All right, top five players in your era.
In my era?
Yes, strictly New York City.
Yeah, in my era. I'm going Big Strick. Rafe Austin.
Reid.
Felipe Lopez.
Facts.
Shamgar well. Shamgar.
Jam God.
And I said Stephon.
And Steph. Steph rounds out the 5, baby. That's dope. That's dope. That's a solid 5. Top 5 in New York City history. Now you got the top 5 in your era. Top 5 in New York City history.
Street basketball or period?
Period. Period. It's your 5. Nobody else.
Kenny Anderson.
Shibba.
Malik Silly.
Facts. The Silk One.
Waterbury.
The Truth.
Master Rob.
Master Rob, the Magician.
And I'm saying Carton Duncan Hines.
Carton Duncan Hines. My God. That's right. The best of both worlds. All right, last one.
But hold on. But my wild card or my guy is Mr. Excitement.
Who's that? Junie Sanders?
The real Mr. Excitement. He's still overseas.
He said the real Mr. Excitement. Who is that?
That's my guy overseas in Australia. He's in the Australia national team. He's living in Australia right now. They just had him in there, Daryl. Yeah. They just had him on the thing, actually early. I mean, they had him a couple of weeks ago or whatever. Not Pookie.
I'm stuck.
Mr. Excitement, yeah. You're going to have to do your homework on that one. D-Mac.
Oh, D-Mac.
Yeah, Mac,
I had him on the show.
Yeah, good looking, Ron.
Yo,
I want to see Big Ron. I want to see where he was at, Big Ron.
Fact. I was lost in that. You had me on that one.
Yeah,
but I said show. I should have known.
I called him that. That's what yeah.
Wow.
So, yes, and I got to see him overseas. I got to see, like I said, my first 55th game, it was on 145th.
His story is amazing.
Chick had a game, and I was coming uptown from Riverside, and he was like, it's a game on 145th. And I got to see Dancing Doogie, D-Mac. I got to see all those guys, and I fell in love with street basketball. That's who, in that game.
D-Mac has an incredible story. Wow. Talk about a guy.
That game introduced me to street basketball.
Wow.
And listen, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I am so sorry. And this should have been my favorite of all time, the Black Widow, Ali Mo. Rest in peace.
Mo.
And I bet I posted Ben said that and rest in peace when I first came on. You know, to the little bro, rest in peace. But he was one of the best basketball players.
He was special. He was special.
With the ball in his hand. Like literally, and I used to be the one that hit you in the face with the ball and all that. With Allen Rayford, you always had to watch. I got caught watching them so much and usually forget about the whole basketball game. They was magicians with the ball.
Right.
You know, so of course
and he was long with it. He was long. So
the Black Widow.
It looked like you could get it, right?
It
looked like you could get it, but
it shouldn't look like you can get it. He did that on purpose. He had that ball on the string and it looked like it was a magician.
Right.
Black Widow, it looked like it'd disappear on you. You think I seen people run their face into the wall thinking they're gonna steal it. He'll put it out there for you and trick you, and you don't know where the ball at. It's behind your legs, up your shirt, all that. You don't know what it is. Like, he was the most funniest person I ever been around.
Rest
you know,
in peace,
we shared meals together. Like, I'm a part of a family because of him. You know, big shout outs to the Arnold family, you know, stuff like that. That was, you know, one of my closest friends, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. A family became my family because of him. You know,
Wow.
so shout out to the Arnold family. You know, of course, Sean Arnold and Ron Arnold, but you know, the rest of the Arnold family. You know, his mom and everybody else. Salute, rest in peace, man, to Ali Mo.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. That's crazy, man. All right, last one, brother. Top 5 MCs, New York City.
Biggie, Nas, Fat Joe. Of course, I'm going crack.
No doubt.
Right? Jay-Z.
Facts, facts.
Right? I'm going with my man Killer Cam. I said Nas, Jay-Z, right? Nas, Jay-Z,
Yep.
Biggie, Cam, and
Fat
Fat Joe.
Cam. That's facts.
Those my
Man.
guys.
I don't give a big salute to those guys right there, man. They made New York City special. They made New York City special. Big salute to you too, my brother. Listen, man, I want to say I'm so proud of you.
Thanks a lot.
No doubt. I watched you from the beginning, seeing you grow, seeing the impact that you had on the lives of other people, see how you changed your life, right? And what you did for New York City and what you're doing for these kids now with your prep school. I want to say big salute to you, brother. And your crown and your flowers are well deserved because
thanks a lot.
Your journey is still going, man. Your book is
my book.
You're still writing your book.
I'm still writing. My book is still being written, man.
That's right. That's right, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a
lot.
No
doubt, man. And listen, coming on the show, you got to nominate someone. I know I threw a hint earlier. You come on the show, you get to nominate who you want. Not just one person, but yo, G, I got another person that should be on the show. This person need their story told.
And I'm gonna tag it to my page once I put when we put the interview up a little bit, but I posted it today, but I'm gonna add some people on my post that we need on the show.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. And again, thank you and salute and keep doing what you're doing. And whatever we can do at BasketballHeadzz to help your prep school, just reach out.
Salute. New York, I love you. New York, I love you. New York, I love you. Arkansas, Woo Pig, Suey, and the rest of everybody else tuned in. One love, best kept secret.
No doubt. And yo, hit me up because I want to get that picture to you too, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Peace.
Another excellent show. Man. Did y'all know some of the things that he mentioned tonight? He came on saying, yo, G, it's probably going to be some things that people hearing for the first time. Because when you lived and you don't give up and you keep fighting for your dreams, great things happen. Kareem was knocked down early on in life, got back up, dusted himself off, and began his mission, which led him to be a New York City legend. We're about to be out of here. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Hardy, and we are BasketballHeadzz. Hit me up for some merch. You know how we do. We are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace. Shout out to the sponsor, Game Over.